Hello, we are Klingons. No. Hi, everyone.
Chokala! Cook!
You're a cook.
You're a cook. Fuck cook.
Is that a Klingon word? Cook? Okay. Okay, good.
I mean, maybe it is. I don't know Klingon well.
Are they Republicans? Anyway, this is not what we're talking about today. We're talking about fun stuff.
Klingons were the first species to adapt to trans people on Star Trek.
Oh,
they're very progressive.
They are. I really didn't want to get into a philosophical conversation about Klingons.
But when somebody identifies with the difference, because at first
true.
He's like, "Hello, Bob, my friend." He's like, "I'm not," or she says, "I'm not Bob anymore. No, I'm Sarah." "Hello, Sarah, my friend."
Oh,
so they're very adaptive with stuff like that.
Very cool. Anyway, hi.
Hi.
Welcome to American Sex Live. I'm Sunny Megatron.
I'm not.
That's Ken Melvoinberg. He always is like, what if people really don't know you? And they're like, I want to know who that man is. And you just fucked it all up.
No.
Anyway, this is American Sex Live. So we're sexuality educators, pleasure advocates, and kinky perverts too. We normally host a podcast that drops every Monday on iTunes and Spotify and all those places called American Sex. We're on hiatus right now, though. We're off for a couple of weeks. But anyway, this is not that. This is additional content, more fun stuff. And we're doing 10 units today, which is going to be fun. Hold on a second. If you want to let your friends know, there is in the chat, Get Vocal said, tweet this link to your followers or Facebook this link. So go quick, run to Facebook. Oh, it's like this. Go run to Facebook, go run to Twitter, let people know. Also, you might be watching right now on Facebook, on Periscope, or on YouTube Live. This broadcast is simulcast all those places. But the trick is, unless you are actually on the Get Vocal platform, you don't get to play along in the comments. You won't get to come on camera with us and ask questions. You won't get to win one of the 2 tickets I'm giving away to the online Fly Duo play party this weekend either. So get on over to the Get Vocal platform, which is bit.ly/Sunny Get Vocal, spelled SUNNYGETVOKL. You have time to come on over so you can win the things, so you can interact. Ruben and Sherry are here, Fly Duo, and they're
realized
in
I
the comments.
look like all the characters from Rudolph's Shiny New Year all in one, because I'm a little bit Yukon Cornelius, a little bit Santa Claus, and a little bit I want to be a dentist elf.
You kind of are. I look like a reverse raccoon because I have to, because I'm biracial, I go in the sun for 3 seconds and I turn a completely different color, melanin. And I usually do summer makeup and winter makeup, and we've been quarantined. So this is winter white around my eyes, and it's getting a little concerning. I think I have to place an online order. It's a little much. Anyway, I don't know how we got there. Today's going to be really fun. Really freaking fun. We're talking 10s units. 10s units, electrosex, fun stuff. But before we get there, I have a little bit more housekeeping, aka ball washing, to do. Let you know what's been going on, what is going on, all that fun stuff. So I told you who we are. Oh, but you know what?
But
we are part of.
Who knows?
We are part of a bigger thing. It's not just us. All Wednesday night is a series of programming on the Connection Zone. There are shows that deal with sex, relationships, dating all evening. So we're in the last slot. Tune in a couple hours, 3 or so hours before us, and watch a bunch of shows. On Thursday, it's True Crime Thursday. There's some really great shows on Thursday. Friday is now Fandom Friday. Tuesday, it's Tasty Tuesday, all about food. And I forget what Monday. I thought Monday's I don't
Manic
know.
Monday?
Maybe everyone's just like, Monday sucks.
Maybe it's mental health and it's Manic Monday.
Oh, no. Anyway, if you have missed other episodes of American Sex Live, have no fear. Go to our channel page. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe you have to be logged into your account to see all of our past archived recordings. If you're here because you are an electrosex enthusiast, a couple months back, we did an episode about violet wands and neon wands, which is also electrosex. Today, we're doing strictly 10s units. So if you're interested in that, go on back in our archives. What else? What else? Oh, if you like what we're saying and you like what we do and you want to support our work, there's a couple of ways you can do that. First of all, you could go to Patreon and become a member of our Patreon family. It's patreon.com/American Sex. You get stickers in the mail, our episodes early, lots of different. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to go on and on, but there's good stuff. So go on and support us on Patreon. Or if you want to do a one-time thing, look in your chat. You'll see a little blue diamond for V coins. So those are coins. You can tip us right here in the chat and be like, hey, I saw we reached 300 subscribers, which, like, if this were YouTube, you'd be like, oh, you poor thing, nobody likes you. But this is a new platform, so 300 subscribers is pretty damn good. So yay, if you want to reward us for that or anything else, I don't know. But you don't have to, because most of our content's free anyway, because we love you. And lastly, yes, I am giving away tickets to the Fly Duo Play Party, which is this Saturday. However, there's a movie screening on Friday. So it's a full day of sex.
Two full days.
Well, no.
Day and a half.
Right. The viewing is on Friday, and then Saturday is a full day of sexuality programming. So there's going to be classes. Marla Stewart's doing a dirty talk class. There's going to be round tables. There's going to be all sorts of different slots and people doing things. We're doing a trivia night on Saturday night. Plus we're hosting a round table. There's a scavenger hunt. There's all sorts of really cool stuff. I have tickets for you. Tickets are normally $25, but of course I got a $5 discount. I'm going to paste it here in the chat. Paste a bunch of links. Our Discord, discount to Stockroom, because if you're electrosex enthusiast, that's where you buy this stuff. So I got you a 15% discount at Stockroom. And the Fly Duo Play Party, $5 off tickets. And last time Adam and Dustin won tickets. So we're going to be at the end of this hour giving away 2 more tickets. We'll probably do a trivia or a game, or just we'll come up with something on the fly for y'all to win that. And it's exclusively online and safe and all that fun stuff. So I think we have, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I think we're good.
Caroline had a question real quick. So just TENS units, or are you going to use EMS units too? Today we're just going to be doing TENS units, specifically MyStim and a lot of the products that go with it.
Yeah. Our favorite manufacturer of electric plates or TENS unit stuff specifically is MyStim. Not to say there aren't 80 gazillion other brands out there. That's just what we've always gravitated to, and we like the quality of their products. But by all means, we're not spokespeople for them. We're not getting paid for this. We're not. It's just what we personally like.
We like their products, and they're pretty amazing.
Yeah. So do we want to start with the history? We like history. Like the Scribonius largest.
I don't have that information available.
It's right here.
Okay.
There. Boom. So we like history. So we're going to start with the history of electrosex and why, as humans, we've ended up here today with all of this funky ass equipment for good fuck.
All right. Now, starting back, man has used electrical stuff as far back as at least 43. Now, see huge jumps in history where we see that people have tried electro thing, and usually when anything has some sort of external effect, we find that people want to, especially kinky people, want to do it to their junk. And so one of the things that they noticed is that when they stepped on rays or skates on beaches in places like Greece and Italy, and some of them had an electrical discharge to them. So there was a particular person named Scribonius Largus,
which is the best name.
Yeah, because I keep on wanting to call him Biggest Dickus, but Scribonius Largus worked under Caesar Gaius Julius Callistus, and in his Compositiones de Scribes talked about an early form of analgesia, which is the shock of a torpedo ray. And they used it to cure headaches and gout. And now Scribonius originally was a slave. He became a freedman of Tiberius. And when he stood on the shores and found out that these like skates actually relieve the pain in his feet, he discovered that it's something that you could also use on things like your junk. And what would happen is they fast forwarded a little bit in time, and we know that some of the other people involved in the Roman Empire used this. In fact, Caligula was known to have put electric eels in baths with him so that it would create an electrical discharge and his junk would get zapped in that way. Fast forward a little bit, we're going to Ecuador to AD 600. I'm sorry, we're going forward in time to the Quechua Indians in Ecuador. I don't know what time this is, but I want to say this is probably early 1700s is when they discovered it. And they would find that electric eels would definitely produce up to 600 volts, and the Indians also would sit them in baths with them for their sexual pleasure. Going forward to Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin is the next big jump in electroanalgesia, electroanesthesia, and electrosex. He started with things like the Leyden jar, which was basically a glass jar lined with silver that he electrically charged, made it a battery, and it would produce enough power to roast a chicken on a spit. He invented the lightning rod. We have the whole thing with the kite and the strings with the keys tied to them, electrical anesthesia, and so on. Now we're going to go forward into the 1800s, so specifically the 1890s. And Sunny, did you want to talk a little bit about Victorian quackery?
Sure. And this pertains to our last electric plaything with electric wands. A lot of what Ken has been describing through history can kind of be compared to what a TENS unit might do. But in the 1800s, there was all this like Victorian medical quackery. And if you've seen a violet wand, it's basically, a handle with this glass tube on it that would glow. So in the 1800s, physicians would use these devices, these early violet wands, which was what a violet ray at the time.
Violet ray.
Yeah. And they would say, oh, it cures diabetes and high blood pressure and the vapors and
seizures and baldness.
Like everything. They had the combs that you put through your hair, and they really thought that this did something. They thought that toxins would pool in the blood, and when you used electricity, it would make the toxins like flow, and it was all a bunch of bullshit, but they believed it. And then we fast forward to the 20th century. You still have seen, even before they became popularized in BDSM, this is the wand toys, you'd see them even still, like estheticians use these things. But now we've, like Ken said, as human beings, we see something that gives us any kind of sensation. Our next logical thought is like, what if I put this on my genitals? What if I use this for sex? So we have perverted that old Victorian technology, and now it's very popular in the BDSM scene. So
one of the distinctions we want to make here, Sunny was talking about like now, like the more modern era, we're talking about things like violet wands, violet rays, neon wands, things of that sort.
Yeah. Thank you, Rachel.
The difference between that. Oh, thank you, Rachel. The difference between that and what we're going to be talking about today is specifically today, we're looking at low voltage, high current devices.
Yeah.
The difference between low voltage devices and high voltage devices is that a low voltage device has a battery. High voltage devices get plugged into a wall.
Right. Now, a lot of people, when they hear about electrosex devices, they're like, fuck no. I remember when I was a kid and I stuck my finger in the electric socket, or maybe I, grew up on a farm and there was an electric fence. And, a lot of us have had negative experiences with electricity. So when we hear electricity and sex go together, fuck no. The cool thing about not only TENS units, but even the wands, is they can be adapted for all sorts of different outcomes and desires and types of play. So specifically talking about TENS units, they can be used to gently milk you to orgasm. Whether you have a penis or a vagina, it does not matter, and can be very sensual. Or you can adjust them and use different accessories where you can have a torturous BDSM scene where it's like sadomasochistic and they're screaming and when it comes to BDSM, if that's your speed, people like electric play instruments because you can cause a jolt of good pain if you want, without leaving any bruises, cuts, marks, etc. So if you are someone who is really into pain, but you're like, you know, hey, it could be dangerous depending on how I'm getting that pain, or B, it's going to leave bruises and I can't have bruises all over my body. Electric play is a great way to go. And also, once you turn off the electric device, the pain's over. There's no healing for days or being sore for days. It's pretty much done when you stop playing. So that's one of the attractions to electric play for people who are into kink. So when I'm talking about TENS units, if you're like, what exactly is a TENS unit? I don't really get it. It stands for transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator. So if you have ever had a sports injury, a back injury, something like that, you may have gotten a TENS unit device from your doctor. Also, you will see in mall kiosks where they have like the little massagey chairs where they massage you for 10 minutes. Sometimes you'll see people with TENS units devices in the little mall kiosk, like, let me put this electric thing on your back and see how it feels. It gets rid of your pain. Those are all TENS units. And if you have one that has been made for medical purposes, you can repurpose it for sex. So that's pretty cool. So how do TENS units work? So it was 1974 is when they first started, they were first invented and started to be used in medical situations. And I'm going to give you the most basic kindergarten explanation as to how they work, because I am not a doctor, and I'm sure you don't want to hear me talk for 20 minutes about exactly how they work and nerve fibers and shit.
I do.
So, so if anyone who's a medical professional or scientist out there, I am sorry for the way I'm about to simplify this. So basically, when you feel pain is carried from the site of what hurts. So let's say it's a bad back, right? The pain is carried to your brain through nerve fibers. There's small nerve fibers and large nerve fibers. The small nerve fibers are actually what tells your brain, like, okay, activate those pain receptors so this shit hurts. The large pain receptor, or the large nerve fibers, also transmit information, but not the piece of information that says, make this shit hurt. So when you use a TENS unit, do you have pads so I can just show what they look like real quick? When you have a TENS unit, there's these little pads, and usually it's like you put a couple of those like on your back if you're using it for medical purposes, and the electricity bounces between these two pads. What it does is it confuses your body, and it basically jams up the transmission signal in the small nerve fibers, the ones that transmit, hey brain, make this actually fucking hurt. So all of the information is only being transmitted through the large nerve fibers, which bypasses your body's ability to tell your brain to cause pain, if that makes sense. Also, what this can do is this stimulates all sorts of things like adrenaline and other things in your body that help soothe pain as well. So in a technical medical sense, this is how TENS units work.
Real briefly, I want to add a couple of things. Now, in order to use a TENS unit, you really need four parts. You need a person to use it on. You need the base unit here. This has, if you see a couple of different settings here, there's dual channels. And the reason we like MyStim is that they have, this particular model is the tension lover. And it has two channels so that you can put leads on this side and on this side so that they can be independent of each other. And a lot of times you have independent devices that have leads built into them, like this dildo, the Mighty Merlin. But 99% of the time, for BDSM purposes, you're going to use just these three things. A set of leads that gets plugged into the MyStim device. The end of the leads, you'll see it has a black lead and a red lead. It doesn't matter which one goes on, but you plug one onto one pad and one onto the other, and you're forming a negative and a positive pole at that point.
Right. And
so what you want to do then is you're putting it on a body part without too much hair, without too much fatty tissue, or if there is fatty tissue, you want to get those pads closer together. There's three places you don't ever want to put the pads. You don't want to put them anywhere around the eyes. You do not want to put them over the heart directly. So like one pad next to the other. It's fine to go through the entire body, or it's fine to go in an area around that, but you don't want to go directly above the heart, especially if you have a heart condition or you're have a pacemaker. The other big condition that you want to look out for if somebody is pregnant, you don't want to put it on the belly of somebody who's pregnant, because water is the largest conductor of electricity, and most of that, the fluid down there is going to be a base of water.
I want to address a couple other safety things that people ask about. A lot of people say, I wish I could do electric play, but I have a lot of body piercings and I have a lot of metal on me, so I can't do electric play. That is absolutely not true. That metal in your body is grounded, and that goes for piercings. It also goes for, like, you have titanium in your back.
I have titanium in my spine.
Right. So if you had a broken bone and they put some sort of metal in you, you are fine. You are not.
Titanium, by the way, is not a magnetic affecting metal. Right. It's not ferrous, so it won't conduct electricity like, say, silver, copper, gold, or aluminum will.
What you're not fine with is a pacemaker, an adrenal pump, any kind of medical thing that's put in your body that has mechanics, if that makes
electronics,
sense.
not mechanics.
Yeah. Right, electronics. And then what else? Okay, cool. Where I lost my what I wanted
some
to
examples.
say.
Some example. While you're looking for your place, some examples of places that you can put these pads that we have a lot of fun with are like over a nipple. Like over a nipple is fine, but you don't want to put it directly over the heart. So like over the nipple is okay, but not over the heart.
And let me explain why. Okay. Sure. When you put these pads on, and as Ken said, a lot of BDSM you can do just with these pads. So that means you don't necessarily have to go buy a fancy TENS unit made for sex. You can repurpose the one that you had for your bad back. It may not have all the fancy bells and whistles, and it definitely will not, or probably not, fit the dildo attachments and the attachments that are made specifically for sex. Also, I want to throw a caveat out there. Anytime you buy stuff like this on like Amazon, you see like, oh, a TENS unit's $12.99. Be a little weary of any electronics that you buy on Amazon.
You get what you pay for on Amazon.
Exactly.
When it comes to electronics.
So, okay, when you're, and we'll show this in a minute, when you're using the TENS unit with the pads, you put on one pad and then another. So let's say
It's not high enough.
Okay. Let's say we're doing my boob. Okay. Okay. Let's say this is my boob. Never put a TENS unit near your eyes, but I'm just doing so you can see. I'm going to put a pad here and a pad here. Let's say my nipple is right in between, right?
That's the worst example.
I know. I'm a boob head. Okay. I'll just stand up. All right. I'll stand up. Is that better? All right. Here's my boob.
No, that's just a big black screen.
Exactly. See, I was good with my boob forehead. All right. So the electrical current goes in between the two pads. So for instance, if you have it on a nipple, the current is only going between these two pads through your nipple. That's it. However, if you have one on one side of your chest and one on the other, that current is now going through your heart. Or you try to put one on your back and one on your front, that current is going through your heart. That's what you don't want to do. You don't want that current to go through your heart. Some people who are...
This is only a problem if you have a pacemaker or a heart problem. There's like the electricity in this doesn't go deep enough under the dermis to actually affect the heart muscle. What it does affect is like pacemakers or people that have different arrhythmias, and those arrhythmias can be potentially disturbed.
And sometimes you have an arrhythmia and you may not know. So it's like, that's where.
But you don't need to be overly cautious with this, but you need to be aware.
Right. There are some people, though, there are some educators that will say, never use a TENS unit above your waist.
Bullshit.
We don't prescribe to that. We prescribe to use it above your waist, but know what you're doing and use it cautiously in the right places. So with that said, let's explain how it works and maybe show like a bicep or something so they can see. You want to do it on me?
I don't care, whatever you would do.
Okay.
Or did you want to do it on me?
Whatever. Eeny, meeny, flip a coin.
Do it on me.
Okay. Will you stick yourself? Will you stick it all on?
Yeah.
I haven't put this together in so long. I would rather you control it, to be honest, because
Okay.
I haven't done this in so long.
Then stop touching things.
Okay.
Because you don't know what you're doing. Just relax.
I know what I'm doing.
Don't make a muscle and relax your arm.
Okay, but it needs to be. They need to be able to see it. Hold on.
Just let me do my thing.
I'm gonna do that. There. Okay. So the cool thing about TENS units is in between the pads. You feeling my muscle?
I'm just making sure it's stuck.
Make a muscle. Oh, okay. In between those pads is where the electrical current bounces around. What it does is it manipulates.
Relax your arm.
You put my arm there.
Relax
See, we're married. I am relaxed.
Relax it.
I'm relaxed.
More relaxed.
Relax. That makes so much sense. Anyway, the electricity bounces between these two pads, and what it does is it interacts with your muscles. So there is a rumor. I'll be down here so you can see me. There is a rumor that Bruce Lee used to exercise this way. Now they actually sell exercise equipment with TENS units in it, and what it does is it flexes your muscles. Right? So they're like, you can get a workout just sitting there, having the electricity, do its thing on you. The cool thing about this is imagine, we're going to show you what this looks like, but imagine that pulsing happening in your genitals. Haha. We're going to get a little bit more into that in a minute, but I want you to see exactly what the effect is by seeing what happens to my arm. You may also have noticed, if you are a TikToker, you will see there's this new thing on TikTok. People get electric dog shock collars, and they go out with like their partner, and they go to the drive-thru, and they put on the shock collar, and then they scream. They also do TENS units, so we're gonna do some TENS units, fucked up TikTok stuff at the end of this. This is gonna be fun.
Okay, real briefly, let me tell them about
the rate and everything. Yeah.
Okay, as you take a look here, there are 3 different settings that we have to worry about. These first 2 here, this is mode and time. Those are just if you're doing electronic stimulation on yourself and you need like a timed cycle. This is right now, first of all, electricity, when we explain it or trying to figure out how it works, I want you to think about it like electricity working from this device is like working water out of a hose. And there's 2 ways to make water come out of a hose faster. Way 1 is to turn up the pressure. Way 2 is to make the hose wider. So there's 2 settings here. First of all, we have the width of the electronic wave. Right now it's at its lowest setting at 50. We're going to put this up, and what we're doing here is we're widening the hose. Sunny will not feel anything until I put in the intensity. So right now I've widened the hose to the biggest possible moment. If I want to blast the water out, I then turn this as all the way up, which I'm not going to do because we're going to do this a little bit at a time. The second thing is that this has a rate. Right now we have it set at 1, and we can increase this to the point where you can't really distinguish from 1 to anything higher. So Sunny, I want you to relax right now. Relax your arm.
I would just want to say a rate is kind of like a heartbeat. It's going to be like boom.
All right, boom. So just be quiet. Okay. Relax your arm.
I feel it. Oh! Oh!
All right, now that's 1 beat per minute.
Oh, how high do you have it up?
Now we're going to go.
No,
2, no. 2.
Wait, why aren't you doing this?
2. I volunteered to do it first. You didn't want to do it. 3. Relax your arm.
I am relaxed.
4.
No, I don't like it. Turn.
Going down to 3.
I'm not a bottom. Ow, I'm doing this for you. Be safe. Tip me. Send me Bitcoins.
And I'm turning it off now.
Okay, thank you. So
you want me to do it now? I think we should try that one thing we were talking about.
I want to do it at the end. After we explain everything, and then we'll do it for fun.
Okay. You want me to take this off now?
If you want to put it on you, you can.
Okay.
So basically.
Also, you don't want to share pads between partners that aren't fluid bonded.
Yeah.
Each person should have their own pads, especially in the times of COVID. But like.
Nisha!
Thank you, Nisha. But we are fluid bound. We are together in COVID. We're COVID bays. So we're all good sharing like fluids and like interchangeable pads.
So, okay, what just happened? What did it feel like? I wish you were all here because we could have you feel it all. So basically that rate, it's like a heartbeat. So he was like 1. And then when he put it up to 2, it was like, and then 3, and then 4. And I want to say it goes up to 100 something. So it's like, it's constant. There's not even a beat. It's so close together. So woo, Ken. So now imagine what I like to do is I put those sticky pads on either side of my clitoris. If I have it turned down kind of low and I have the rate at 1, so it's boom, boom, boom.
Try it on me
it's
now?
like a gentle suckling, right? I can sit back. You can set this to be like, be on a 20-minute cycle and program it and sit back and have your fun. And that's just with the pads. We haven't even gotten into the insertables or there's penis attachments and whatnot.
Oh, and by the way, you can make anybody lactate by doing certain patterns. It doesn't matter what, if you're cis, trans, doesn't matter what.
You have the width all the way up.
I want it all the way up.
Oh. Okay, tell me.
All the way up.
You want it all the way up? Okay.
The width, yes, not the intensity.
All right.
Okay, we can bring it down to 1. Oh, wait.
You feel? Oh, we got it.
You can have a visual effect on my muscle.
Okay. There we go. Okay. If
Can you raise it a little bit, please?
Raise it.
Yes.
There.
Right there.
Okay.
Because you can see my...
Okay. So, watch this. You see him? You see that? See his arm?
Is the intensity up? So turn the intensity up.
Oh, no.
That's what
There.
That's what you need
Okay,
to do. So turn the intensity all the way up and turn the rate all the way down.
The rate.
Down. Jesus.
So, do you see what his arm is doing? So imagine if that were your genitals.
Turn the rate up.
And now I'm up
Just
to,
one at a time.
Oh, up to
You
2.
insane?
The rate is at 2. So the rate is like the heartbeat. The rate's at 2. It's at 3. It's at 4. It's at 5. It's at 6. 7. So, I'm gonna do, oh, you're still on. I'm just gonna leave him.
Turn the pink off. All the way off. All other way.
Oh.
All the way off.
There.
Give it to me. Thank you. You're done.
So, thank you, Rachel. Okay, so this is what we're going to do later after we tell you about some of the other stuff you can do. We're going to like prank each other. We have water, but I think the funnest thing we'll do.
Let's do that now.
I have lipstick.
I want to do it now.
Okay. This is black lipstick.
I've never put on lipstick before. I don't know how to do
Ken's
it.
never put on lipstick. Is it on the? It's on your left. Can you do it with your left? Should you change it to your right?
Equally as I good with my right. I don't care.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay.
Just leave it here. That's good.
Okay. We're gonna have Ken.
Wait, why isn't it the eyebrows? The eyelashes?
It's liquid lip, Ken. It's liquid lip.
Is it gonna get into my mustache?
Probably. I have white.
Will it come out of my mustache? I have gray hair. I have gray white hair.
You know, I'll use red lipstick. Here.
Well, is that gonna be better or worse?
I don't know.
Are any of them just like regular lipstick that aren't liquid?
No.
Oh.
It doesn't matter, Ken. It's the same.
It is?
Yeah. It's just this is a little wetter, but it's the same thing.
All right, let's do it. Let's do red.
Okay. So why don't we make a bet? Can we bet? Like, we'll give away a ticket. Can we make some kind of a bet?
About what?
I don't know. Can we turn this into a bet somehow?
No, because there's too many people for a single bet.
Okay, whatever. Okay. Here's your lipstick. Okay. Get ready to laugh.
All right. Well, let's start by getting the
I know.
unit
You've got to
ready.
hold it.
Okay.
Okay. I want to see you, Ken.
All right.
Okay. Can you all see Ken? Okay. Okay. I've got the intensity is low right now. I'm going to turn it up.
And you tell me when.
Don't start yet. Can you fit? Okay. Okay. Then you can use this as your mirror. Okay, go.
Stop! like a Jewish grandmother.
Clay goes, no. I don't want it on me. No. Now, here.
Off!
Oh, sorry. Wait, hold
Worst
on.
top ever.
Wait.
What?
Wait, hold on. You look a little parched. You look a little thirsty.
What, am I the sub today?
Yeah, you look a little. Hold on. The other hand. Back up a little so you don't spill out all our shit. Okay.
Dude, really? Tell me when to drink.
Drink. Oh, I turned it down. Oh, it's still on. I turned it off. I don't know if I peed in my pants, so you threw water on me.
Turn off my mustache.
Thank you.
This is awful.
I love you. Here. I love you. Here, I'll let you kiss me. Okay.
Oh, it's smear proof.
Yeah, we should blowjob test that. So here, Ken, I'll give you I have a charcoal makeup wipe to take your makeup off with.
That's crazy talk.
I know. Take it off. Or you can leave it on. I mean, you're kind of sexy. You're a little sexy. You're very goth with your black makeup.
Oh, I thought you asked for red.
Huh? No, it's black.
I wanted red.
Well, it's too late now.
Here, do it. Make it go away.
Okay. Oh, I got some too.
No!
What?
You can't. Give me a new one.
Why? Okay.
Give me a new one. It's not fair.
Okay.
No, that's just, you don't do that.
Okay. There, you got it.
Is it on my mustache?
No, here.
Are you sure? Yep.
Anyway, so those are some of the fun things you can do. We like to play Jenga with the TENS unit. The cool thing is because it has 2 channels, I can have one on my arm and he can have one on his arm, and we can like duel with each other. We've also done Battleship. Yeah.
And you can do Battleship where you put the leads on either your clit or your dick, and you can put it like right on the head of the dick. And every time somebody hits with a Battleship, you put everything on maximum, and the opponent gets to turn it all the way up for 1 second.
Yeah. So, all right, that's some of the fun stuff you can do with TENS unit. Thank you, Ken.
I am going to take this off.
Thank you, Ken, for being our guinea pig. That was fun. Wasn't that fun? Or did you hate every second of it? He hated every second of it. Anyway.
I love you all. We got a couple of other toys we wanted to show you.
That's just what you can do with the pads. Now, there's a bunch of insertables. I'm going to show you one. This is an insertable, designed to be a vaginal insertable, but you can.
The Mighty Merlin.
Yeah, you can do whatever. It's Mighty Merlin. This is all made by MyStem. Now, you know how I said there were 2 pads and the electricity bounces between. If you look here, there is this line here. Basically, this acts as one pole and this acts as another pole. So like this is its own pad and this is its own pad. And the electricity bounces between. In order to feel anything from this side of the insertable and this side of the insertable both have to be in contact with you. So for instance, let's say my hand is something I wanted to affect. If I was holding here, I wouldn't feel it. If I was holding here, I wouldn't feel it. I have to be holding both to feel it.
One important thing that I wanted to add, this is a German company and they're very, very tight about their engineering. Americans like taking shit apart, and they had this huge problem because when Americans took it apart, they separated this pole from this pole. And what they didn't know is that it's soldered right in the middle between the two, and it's designed not to be taken apart because it's very solid, very good German engineering.
Yep.
So if you get one of these things, don't take it apart.
So now one of the things you can do is imagine someone with my kind of anatomy. What I would do is I would take the 2 channels, right? And I would take the pads and put it on either side of the clit. I would take the insertable and insert it, and they're each on different channels. Now,
so like
what
this
the
is one channel
insertable,
by itself. So
right.
take a look at that. That's a single channel where you can adjust
Right.
all of the settings can be independent from each other, and the intensity is separate on both channels.
Right. So one plugs in here, one plugs in here. What this feels like is sort of like doing forced Kegels. You know, the Kegel exercises where you squeeze, squeeze. It makes your body involuntarily do that. Depending on what effect you're going for, if you're going for more of a sensual effect, you could adjust the settings where it's turned down low. So like where I had Ken just doing it every once in a while and he wasn't screaming, that might be a sensual setting. Turn it off is more for BDSM.
And really quick, it's very, very adjustable in a number of different ways. When you adjust the width, the rate, and the intensity, you can set up a variety of different feelings, which ranges anywhere from like a suckling sort of feeling. So like there's another device here that I wanted to show you. So people with penises, this particular device is amazing. This is the Rodeo Robin. These are two neoprene tubes. Each one has its own independent pole. One goes at, if you're a penis owner, one goes at the base of the cock and one goes towards the tip of the cock. And then you just tighten it up with this a little bit, like so, to the size of your penis. And what happens is you get this sensation that goes through that you can make either prickling or you can make it so that it feels like your dick is getting sucked. And you can actually have a hands-free orgasm with electricity using the Rodeo Robin. One of the other toys that we have that's really interesting, this is an electric sound. This is a very large electric sound.
Can you explain what a sound is briefly for people who don't know?
A urethral sound is a device where you use a sterile lubricant around the tip of the pee hole, and then you insert this and let it drag itself inwards through capillary action. Then on the other end, once it's actually in the penis going down the urethra, you plug it in, you turn it on, and you can have electrical stimulation almost all the way to the other side of your... Yes, you do, Caroline.
Yeah.
Here's another fun sounding device. So that was the Tingling Timmy. This is the Plunging Pete. These are solid gold, and this goes into the... this goes into the head of the penis and into the urethra only. So it's just going into the dick head where you're plunging this part in. This is a neoprene tube that surrounds the penis. And again, you can adjust the size of it by drawing this in, and just this little tiny bit goes in. These are 24 karat solid gold, 23 karat solid gold leads in the end here, so that you can do a stimulation just in the head of the cock.
Adam, you're here. You got to watch the replay. Ken just put on black lipstick with the TENS unit, making his arm do this, and then he drank water. You missed it. So watch the replay later.
Speaking of 23 karat gold, one of the other things that they make is this is an electrical enhancer called the Goldfather. It's condom friendly, and it has gel. It has a water-based gel with 23 karat gold. Now, why 23 karat gold? Because the melting point is a little bit less than is a little bit more than 24 karat. And gold is one of the largest conductors of electricity. So when you do this, it lowers the skin's resistance to electricity, making whatever electricity you're using on the surface of the skin more sensitory. So you make it more painful if you want it to be painful.
Mm-hmm. One thing I would love for you to talk about is there are plenty of attachments, whether it's like something that MyStim makes or pretty much any other company that makes TENS units for sexual purposes will have similar attachments. But
MyStim is the best.
For the prostate, can you talk about how electricity feels on a prostate with...
Oh, we don't have the prostate toys.
The
they're over
prostate
there,
toy.
aren't they? They're in the helmet.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So yeah. So anyways, this company also makes a prostate toy, which brings your prostate play to the next level. If you've never done prostate play before, first of all, it's absolutely amazing. You're never going to have a better orgasm if you are a prostate owner. The other thing is so when you're going in there, you're stimulating the prostate gland over a period of time, which is a periurethral gland that produces most of the liquid that's in our semen. When we have an orgasm and you've stimulated it properly, and you can press on it right when you're about to come, you can oxygenate it, which actually gets rid of all the viral, bacterial, and fungal components in your body. When you add electricity to that, it makes the most amazing orgasm I've ever had. So you're up in the game a little bit, and you can adjust it to make it feel like your prostate is being sucked, like it's being sharp little needles, like there's some serious kind of electrical heavy play going on. So again, you can do anything from sensual. I prefer things on the sensual end when I do prostate stuff.
Yeah, and
here is, by the way, is a G-spot toy that does the same thing.
Yeah,
it's not that great though.
Just to give you an idea of the spectrum of feeling, if I were to describe it to you, when the settings are set low, like Ken said, it's very much like a suckling or like a sensual massage kind of feeling. It feels really good. When you start to turn it up higher, it's almost like pins and needles. When your leg's about to fall, or your leg is waking up from falling asleep, or about to fall asleep, you go through that pins and needles stage. So on medium settings, it's a pins and needles, and on the highest settings, when you wake up in the middle of the night with that horrible Charlie horse in your calf, that sort of just like bone gripping, make it stop. If you put the pads on the sole of somebody's foot, boom, boom, you can actually induce one of those middle of the night Charlie horse feelings in their legs. And then the minute you turn it off, it's gone. So if you're into like really sadomasochistic play, it can be a blast.
One of the other things that you'll need to do if you do any vaginal or anal play, and what is this one called? Not the Gorgeous George. It was...
I think it was a Gorgeous George.
Was it the Gorgeous
Something George?
So one of the things about this is that when you have something that's in a body cavity with any sort of mucous membranes, you need to make sure that as many sides of that cavity as possible are being touched. So you want something girthy to fill up the space. So like, even though this looks huge, when you use it vaginally, it makes it a little bit easier, because when you have something like this, if you've ever given birth before, this is not going to do you any good.
Yeah.
That's this, like however,
a tampon.
Yeah, this is like a tampon. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, guys, look, it's not much bigger than my thumb.
Yeah.
Where this, if you take a look, this is slightly girthier than an average penis.
So the smaller is going to give you more needly, like pins and needle biting feeling, as opposed to something thicker that really, makes your skin hug it tightly. That's not going to give you as much pins and needle feeling, and you're going to have the opportunity to make a toy like this more sensual, where a smaller one is probably going to be better to use for more sadomasochistic stuff.
Also, the other huge disadvantage to the smaller ones is that they're not touching two sides at the same time. You don't get an electrical current at all. You're not going to have any feeling, let alone pins and needles or the nice suckling feeling.
Let's talk about these and then give stuff away.
Okay. Let me try them on. You want to do it? You want to do this one?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay. Oh, you mean I'm gonna get shocked?
Oh yeah.
I don't like those. I don't like the two hands thing. I don't like.
Spots.
I don't like.
You gotta show them.
I do not like the two hands. I do not.
Then do you want to do it, and I'll grab your hands?
What?
You are the giver. Yeah. I am the receiver.
I don't like it. Okay, so these are the is it Magic Merlin gloves? What are they called? I think they're the Magic Merlin.
No, they're not the Magic Merlin.
No, what are they?
You're completely.
The fuck are they called?
I don't remember.
The MyStem something gloves. Just MyStem gloves, you'll get it.
They're the only set of gloves they have.
I'm putting on medical gloves right now, because if I were to touch my hands directly to those gloves, I would get the electrical
These
charge.
are made out of a metal cloth. So they are cloth with a metal fiber in them.
What are we using? What do you mean, what are we using? Are we using the MyStem tension lover box is what we're using. I had an itch on my eye. Okay, so now I have to be careful that this glove doesn't, I'm going to take off my watch. I have to be careful that this glove doesn't hit my skin. Like, I want to make sure this medical glove, or I will feel shocked. Okay. I hate this. This is like, I don't know, electric fence kind of. Like, I hate this. I fucking hate it. I 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 hate it. I'm not a bottom. I do not like to receive pain. I'm not a masochist. I am a sadist. Nope, no. Okay. Okay. All right. So I'm making sure my medical gloves are going below the MyStem gloves, because these gloves will be full of electricity.
All right, now she's got to be very careful what she touches, where she puts her hands. I'm going to make sure that all of the cords are out of the way. I will definitely be turning it on.
So
you just don't touch anything, especially your face.
So how we said with the pads, the electrical current goes between those two pads, right? The electrical current, now my hands are the pads. And the electrical current is going through. If I touch him with one hand, he won't do anything. Nothing. Because he needs to experience that electrical current going back and forth between the two poles.
Right, so you stick your hands out.
First, I'm going to do one hand just to show, and then we'll do two hands.
Okay.
Okay. So put your hand out. Higher. Yeah. So now, if I touch him here, he feels nothing.
Wait, no. That's not how we're doing this.
Oh.
Are you high?
Why? I'm just showing it on a small scale.
No, you're not.
Why?
No. That's not how we do this.
Okay.
One. Both hands, not one hand.
Okay. So
you have to make it go through the entire body.
It scares me. I don't like this.
Don't and let me grab you.
I know.
You're grabbing my hand and not letting go.
I'm just grabbing one.
No. Okay. Don't grab. You just
all right.
Because you're not the one who's going to be hurt. It's going to be me. So just leave your hand there.
Watch his face. This is it. He's going to do it himself. I'm just being the vehicle.
Ah. Okay, I can turn it up a little bit. Hang on.
Wow. So
now I'm turning it all the way. So it's maximum width, maximum intensity, but the rate is down at 6 right now. I'm going to turn the rate all the way up.
Oh shit! So you're turning everything up?
Everything's at maximum at 160. Put your hands out.
Okay, look at the camera. Make this good, Ken. Make it good.
Jesus.
Okay, so that just like went from arm to arm. But imagine, maybe I'm doing CBT and I caress one side and then the other.
And then the testicles boil.
Right. There are plenty of things you can do with these, like small parts of the body. Or am I off?
Yeah.
Okay. Smaller parts of the body. A lot of people say like, hey, I would love to put the pads on either side of somebody's butt cheek
and
make their
gloves away.
What? No.
Do not throw those gloves away.
And I make their butt dance. And honestly, that's not going to work, because if you think of the fatty tissue in a butt cheek and how far apart you need to put the pads, it's too far apart. It won't work. However, if you're using something like these gloves, that they travel a lot further than two pads would. If he touched his hand to one pad and a hand to another, nothing, it would be too far apart.
So here's another example of one of their devices. This is one of their butt plugs that they have. And this one, again, depends on how you're shaped, because you have to be able to clench your butt, your sphincter, or some part of your whole rectal canal on, one side on here and one side on here, and where the taper is. I think it would have been better if the dividing line was in the middle.
Yeah, because then you're touching.
Because then you're touching both sides. One of the other very interesting devices is you have. What does this say? See if you go rapid AFib or VTAC. Yes, I do. That's true. So this is one of the other devices that we have, which is a Wartenberg pinwheel that you put this on one side and you put a pad on the other side. The closer you get to the pad, the more electricity you get. But it also has, if you take a look, the little wheel here that you can use to evoke sensations. And this was made by Dr. Wartenberg to take a look at nerve endings and see how they're activating. By the way, if you get one of these things, always have a spare battery.
Yeah.
Always have a spare battery.
Runs on a 9-volt battery. Easy.
Last thing I wanted to show real quick. Almost done, Tony.
Where is it? There's too much stuff. It's a whole table full of stuff. Did we lose it?
No, right here.
What is it?
The nipple clamps.
Oh, these are horrible. They're horrible.
So these are electric nipple clamps. The problem with these is that if you take a look at the tip here, these are very narrow, and they're so narrow that they're actually bitey. So if you like them bitey, that's great. but like the surface area should be a little bit broader. I
heard
think
they redesigned them.
I hope so. These are
old.
5 years old, 6 years old,
probably 7 or 8 years old.
Oh, yeah,
point. Yeah.
So MyStim will be reaching out to you so that we can get some more updated products.
Yeah, MyStim, if you're listening. Yeah. So are we excited about TENS units? Are you going to go dig out that TENS unit you have from when you hurt your back and stick it on your junk and see what happens? Please do. We got Lupus's attention with all of this. Awesome. Damn right Caroline is. We have a couple of tickets to give away to the Fly Duo Play Party. You know, as we said, we're super excited. And this is actually a sexuality event that centers Black and Indigenous people of color, which is awesome. I want to say it's like 75 or 78% of the presenters are BIPOC, which is awesome. And, you know, there's a lot of LGBTQ folks. It's very inclusive.
And who are they raising money for?
Pineapple Support and Black Sex Worker Collective. I think I got that right. And also your tickets, which with my link are 20. I'm going to put all my links here. The link to Stockroom that sells a lot of MyStim stuff. The $5 off ticket. So it's $20 for a day and a half of events. The money goes to the educators and performers that are putting on the show, because we've all been, like, you know, taken a nosedive financially because of COVID. So a portion of the proceeds are going to all of us. A portion of the proceeds are going to Pineapple Support that provides mental health care, really good mental health care for sex workers. And a portion of the proceeds is going to the Black Sex Worker Collective. Really excited about this event. So please,
and also
not only come, but on my social media, I have lots of posts about it. Please repost those posts and let your friends know. It is this coming Saturday, and the movie screening night is the night before, Friday night.
And I just wanted to say that Ruben and Sherry are such amazing members of our community. Please come out and support them. They are doing this out of the goodness of their hearts. They don't have to do this. They want to do this, and they're doing it because I think it's the right thing to do, and it's helping a ton of folks. So we want to make sure that we support them in all ways possible, and please spread the word for this event. It's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we fully support and put our all of our weight behind this.
Okay, so
and we're fat. We have a lot of weight.
Ken, you're going to think of a couple of trivia questions, maybe something we said, like what's the name of this or something.
Oh, perfect.
And
I got it.
What we're going to do, Adam, you won last time, so sit this one out. Also, Dustin won last time. I don't think Dustin's here today. Adam, I also sent your email with your link for the free ticket today. If you didn't get it, ping me.
First question. What is the name of this device? I mentioned it early in the broadcast.
First one to type it wins a free ticket to the online event.
What is the name of this device? And please don't put electric dildo.
They don't know.
Anybody?
They don't know.
Okay, too obscure. What is the name of this device?
Just the generic name of what kind of device is that? I call it the fuck no. That's funny. What kind of? It's the wheel that people use in BDSM.
Sonny.
Ouch! Ouch! What?
That's too much of a hint.
It's not, well, obviously they need it, Ken. Warnberg wheel. Lupus got it. Lupus got it.
You got it, Lupus.
So Lupus, I think I have your email, but if you could DM me somewhere and just send me your email to make sure I have it, and then I will send you a link to your free ticket.
The next person, what is this device used for?
What is this device used for? Who wants to win a ticket?
Sounding. Nisha got it.
Nisha! All right, I will DM you your ticket link. I know where to find you on Facebook.
Caroline, fun.
So let me just write this down. Nisha and Lupus. And then we want to thank you. Real quick, we gotta
holy cow, that went by fast.
Yeah. So we gotta shut the recording off, but get this. We always have an after party. Like last time we had an after party with Ruben and Sherry. We had a really good conversation
that was a good
after the recording stopped. So if you are watching on one of the simulcast channels, which is Facebook Live, Periscope, or YouTube, get your ass on over to Get Vocal so you can continue to after party with us. The address is bit.ly/Sunny Get Vocal, SUNNYGETVOKL. If you're watching this on a replay later in the future sometime, man, you missed the after party. Join us live every week, Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Pacific time, because when you join us live, you get to hang out in the after party. You get all this other great stuff that you're missing. Until next time, we love you as always.
And Black Lives Matter.
Yes, Black Lives do matter. Check out American Sex Podcast on your wherever you listen to podcasts. Come visit us next Wednesday. And I think that's it.
And we're having a roundtable discussion.
I don't know what we're doing next week yet.
Okay.
You tell me, and I don't think we've decided.
Roundtable discussion.
Yet. Okay. We need to find the people. So let's not promise.
Okay. We'll figure it
All
out.
right. We'll figure it out by next week.
It could be a roundtable of 3. It could be you, me, and another person. That's a roundtable.
That's true. That's
right.
True. Okay. Love you.
Love you guys. Thank you for joining us again.
Bye.
We appreciate your support.
Stick around. We're having an after party. So if you're here live and you're on Get Vocal,
stop the broadcast. Cha-cha.
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 Cha-cha-cha.